Well, I'm sure you've heard by now. Transit fares in Winnipeg are going up 25 cents, taking them from $2.70 to $2.95. But imagine being able to get rides anywhere you need to be in Winnipeg for free. Well, that's what James Benham wants to see. Benham is the leader of the Manitoba Green Party, and he says that a fare-free transit is a good socioeconomic policy, and the Pallister government fails to understand that. He's in the studio with me right now. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Ismaila.
So, a fare-free transit, no money to get on transit, a good socioeconomic policy for Winnipeg. Why is that?
Well, there's so many reasons. I think one of the first reasons you might want to think about is faster loading times. We're going to be able to have our buses move faster, reduce road congestion, and that plays out especially where we have a single public insurer in Manitoba to reduce insurance costs. Then we think about PST revenues. Bus fares are actually PST exempt, so if people were spending that money elsewhere in the economy, we might recoup some of it on PST revenues. Then we also have to think about what we spend on bus fares and social assistance programs in terms of people that need free fares from time to time. Well, they obviously don't need a free fare, and it's already fare-free. And also there's reduced admin and cash counting costs, etc. And I'd also say it's great for tourism, job seekers. I think it's got a lot of positive economic benefits that I think we have to look at. And it's really, transit, we have to realize that it's a smart, strategic public investment. We don't charge people to get on the roads. There's no cost for that. We need to just see transit as being an extension of our road networks.
And what would that look like here? A free transit, like no fare to get on the bus?
For riders, it'd be really easy. You just get on the bus, and it would be much easier. You wouldn't be waiting for lines. And of course, one of the problems we've heard the transit union complain of lately is there's a lot of disputes with fares. Sometimes that makes situations awkward, not only for transit drivers but riders. Also, to be honest, there's going to have to be some government investment. We're going to have to make sure that we buy more buses, we increase the routage, we increase the frequency of routes. So this, as I said, is an overall plan of investing, get electric buses so that maybe they're not going to necessarily make the world better from a ridership perspective, but certainly from a greenhouse gas perspective, we can see a lot of benefits from that. And we do have a provincial government that's moving forward with the carbon tax, so there is revenue that could be targeted to make this a reality. So really for riders, I think they'd see very little. This is something we've been pushing for since 2011. It's been adopted policy of the party, and we've only seen bus fares continue to go up and up. So I guess it's all the more reasons for people to look.
I know you mentioned the province there, and indicating that the carbon tax, that the revenue from that could help out. Is that the sole area that the money for this should come from?
Well, I think we did calculations in around 2011 and found about 60% recouping from all the reasons that I started pointing out before. When you start looking at PST recovery, it's sort of almost like tiny little paper cuts, and you get a million of them, but they do add up. So a lot of it actually would be recouped administrative already. I mean, we've invested a lot of money on changing over our fare boxes since 2011. I don't know if it's really made the system better, whereas obviously that's money we wouldn't have to invest in. So when you start looking at some of the cost savings, a substantial portion of it could be recouped already. And I think there may be some challenges too with increasing bus fare, that they may see revenues even drop more. We were just talking about the example of, say you're a family of four and you want to go downtown to the Jets game. There's lots of buses that go downtown from many neighborhoods in Winnipeg. But if you start looking at a family of four paying $12, you might start considering calling a cab. Well, we want to try to get taking your own vehicle down there. Then there's the parking congestion and the collisions that happen after that, etc. So if we start looking at it as a strategic investment, I think we can really get more people out of the cars and onto their bus, which is good for the planet, good for the economy, good for those that really need it. Sometimes people really can't get around, and I think as a matter of access for every citizen, that we want to be able to offer that to the citizens of Manitoba and those people that decide to visit here.
Now, I just wonder, when looking to get money at all from the province for Winnipeg Transit, and even within the city, why should those who don't use transit have to pay for those who do?
Well, reduced road congestion, I think, is one reason. There's lots of services we pay for. Why should I have to pay for education when I don't have children? Well, I should, because it makes for a better economy. So once again, I really would argue that what people have to start realizing is that public transportation is just an extension of our road network. We're always clamoring for investments in our road network. Let's also clamor for investments in public transportation, because it actually saves us money on our road network in the long run.
Where is there anywhere in North America where they have a fare-free transit?
Sure. Chapel Hill, North Carolina is probably the best North American example. Hasselt, Belgium in Europe, and I'm probably going to say it wrong, the capital city of Estonia. So I'll just say the capital city, which is about 420,000. I think it's Tallinn, but I don't want to say it wrong. Have all experimented with this, but they serve as good examples of where it's been done. Winnipeg really is a leader in this with our downtown spirit. Also with the work we've done after Bombers games, trying to give ticket holders free rides to help reduce traffic congestion. So to be fair to Winnipeg, we are a leader, but I would like us to, step it up a notch and really be a leader in the world, where I think the rest of the world would be looking to us for ideas.
How'd you get here today?
I rode the bus. If I got enough time on my transit, I might save $270 on the way back, $532. We'll see what I can do.
Thanks so much for joining me today, James.
All right, thank you so much. Bye.
James Benham is the leader of the Manitoba Green Party.